Protect yourself and your family from unexpected challenges. Consider accident-only income protection. Click the link in the description to find out more.
You want anything bad enough? Don't make excuses. You gotta lose your time and your sleep for it. You find a way.
Boxing King Media in association with SaveMoreMoney.com. Delighted to be joined by Jarrell Miller. Jarrell, in Saudi Arabia. You obviously had a crazy period in your life, but did you think the conclusion would end up in a few years you're going to be in Saudi on a humongous show?
Yeah, most definitely. I think the big shows are going to come. You know, the thing about me is that you got to believe in yourself. And I know once I get behind the camera, people always tune in, you know, and the proof is in the pudding. Don't matter how I win, I just win. It don't be the cleanest, it don't be the hardest, toughest fights, but when I go in there, I grind out and I get the win no matter what. So, I mean, listen, I knew it was going to happen. We had a different kind of avenue with a Manuel Char fight, and it kind of fell through. This opportunity came, you know, I took it. You know, I was kind of surprised that Dubois wanted to fight. You know, he's still a punk though, because they offered him Joseph Parker first, and he said, "Nah, Joseph Parker runs around too much." So he's frustrated by guys that move. So I guess he believes I'm gonna be the same person that I fought Lucas Brown a couple months ago. So he gonna learn the hard way.
I'm going to come back to the fight. I just want to know, you know, I just want to touch on the last few years. Obviously, I know you're a family man, you've got children, so I'm just curious to know what was it like for, because I don't know how old your children are. Yeah. Just give me an idea what it was like for them, obviously, because you was in the news, you was in the media, you know, with all the controversy, etc. So what was it like for your family?
Oh man, it was tough. You know, I went through a divorce in the last 2 years. And I got 2 kids, 2 boys. I had to, like, you know, downsize a little bit because I'm always mindful. You know, I'm not a big spender kind of guy. I love nice things, but I'm very smart. You know, I'm really good with money as well too. You know, I'm a hustler though. You know what I mean? So it ain't nothing for me to pick up, you know, a T-shirt, write something, or sell it. You know what I mean? So that's always been my way. But I had to really just kind of like reevaluate who was in my corner. You know, who was really there for me, who really was ride or die. You know what I mean? A lot of people are full of shit in boxing and in the world in general. You know, faith kept me, you know, strong, kept me alive. You know, I had my depressed moments. You know, I was sad, I was heartbroken, I was hurt. But I'm the kind of person that the more you push me, the stronger I get. You know, the more you beat on me, the more I'm gonna keep punching. That's what I kept on telling myself every day. We're gonna pick up one piece at a time. All right, today we're gonna work on this. Tomorrow work on that. That's how I did it. You know, just try to keep myself from negative people. Don't read social media. Don't read the news. You know. I didn't really watch boxing a whole lot because, of course, you know it hurts. But I knew that, you know, as a heavyweight, I'm still young. You know, and that once I don't abuse my body, you know, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Not a big party club person. I knew that once I do that, you know, I'd be fine. You know, Bernard Hopkins, 45, George Foreman, late 40s. You know, Vladimir Klitschko trying to come back at 40-something. I feel like, you know, heavyweights, we're blessed with time a little longer than other divisions, but it's all about what you do on the outside. And there's a lot of heavyweights that are in the game right now that have made money that don't take care of themselves, you know, and I'm not going to say names, but they're burned out, and they're perfect for me to go pick them off now.
That's what you're planning to do. Like, obviously I spoke about a little bit about your family there. Obviously I'm not here to judge you, but I'm just curious to, like, you know, you touched on it there about, you know, financially. So what kind of financial impact did it have on your life, you know, just surviving? Like, how did you, like, make ends meet? I'm just curious what was going on behind the scenes, because
I'm cool. I mean, listen, it was hard. You know, I had a few properties that I bought. You know, I was renting out and stuff like that. Sold one. I had multiple cars because, you know, one of my hobbies is cars. You know, I've had like 15 cars at one time. People say, "Why you have so many cars? Waste some money."
What kind of cars? I'm just curious. Classic or?
Some were classic. Most of them was like, I would say, if you're a big fan of BMW E63s, you know, it's a big thing with E63s right now. You know, AMGs, Hellcats, Red Eyes, GTRs, tuner cars, 1971 Dodge Challengers, cars that hold value. You know, sometimes when, you know, I'm not gonna give you the super gameplay, but sometimes the best way to hide money is in cars. You know what I mean? Sometimes stashing monies in cars. You buy a proper car, you don't put it in the store, let it sit there for a little while. You get your money back and some. So I always told myself, if the banking economy and with inflation, sometimes cars are not a bad investment if you know what you're doing. It's like property, you know what I mean? Buying and holding property is a good investment as well too. And I kind of just, didn't go too many places. Stay in the crib, cook my own meals. Or if I had one of my 3 girlfriends cook my meals, you know what I mean?
You've survived and you've got to this moment, and obviously, as you know, there's so many opinions about whether you should be fighting here, and people saying X, Y, and Z. But what do you say to the people that don't want you here? What's your message to them?
And they kiss my black ass. If you don't want me here, kiss my ass. The problem is with journalism that I feel like a lot of journalists are not doing their homework, and it's sad because you guys get the information out there, right? And me and Chris actually was talking about it, that how the other guy named Ben, what's his name, failed, and Dylan White failed, Canelo failed, yeah, what's his name? Failed. So many fighters failed, right? But nobody really dick ride them like that or get on their tail. But why was it? Because I talk a lot of shit, right? And Eddie Hearn said something, and everybody took what he said and ran with it. And now, don't get it wrong. I gave a lot of information to a lot of people. Nobody released it. I said, you know what, forget it. When the time was right, because I never took it a steroid. Never took it a steroid. It was a bad substance, yes. No, but a lot of things that people are feeling for are actually steroids. Never took a steroid. You know what I'm trying to say? But there's evidence to prove it. Nobody cares about it. There's evidence to prove my levels. Nobody cares about it. I stopped talking about it. I said, bro, if I'm just a bad guy, it is what it is. Either way, I did my time, which I think was even more evidence towards that, which is a lot of bullshit the time they even still gave me. I said, no, fuck it. Maybe I need this time more. Maybe I need a break. I've been doing kickboxing since I was 14 years old. Traveling the world since I was 17. I have not stopped. So maybe the 2.5, 3 years, maybe I need it. Maybe God, maybe Allah wanted to give me a chance to settle down and come back to him and say, listen, brother, you're moving in the direction I want you to move. So now that I'm back, I'm stronger. I feel great. My man strength finally kicked in now. So like I said before, if you don't understand the fight game, you don't understand the politics, most people can't do what we do. But once you understand the business and the politics and dealing with promoters and managers, man, like, the easiest thing is getting in the ring and fighting. Everything else is the hard part. You know what I'm trying to say? And even with testing with VADA and all that stuff, when you're walking into these testing stuff, there's nothing and no one that can screen you. And you guys kind of like, okay, I'm just going to drink water for 3 months and hopefully I'll be clean and nothing's in my system. But it's a lot of gray area with testing that people don't know about. You know what I'm trying to say? And then remember the whole 2 years, 3 years I was off, I was being tested the whole entire time. Didn't feel not once. But then I understand the fine language. I understand having a lawyer. I understand having a doctor, having this person write a script, or having your TUEs. Because 90% of English fighters, 90% of them English fighters have TUEs. And most people don't even know what TUE is.
What is that?
You don't even know what a TUE is. You see it and you do media. It's crazy, right?
Never heard of it.
A TUE is called a therapeutic use exemptions. There's certain drugs and certain medicines you can take if your doctor writes you a note. Then you send it in. Now, if your doctor says it's good and the commission says you're good, you're allowed to take it. So there's a ton of fighters that are on testosterone right now. You can look at them. You can know. You know, I know for a fact that AJ was on testosterone when he came out of the Olympics. That's a known thing in boxing. People don't talk about it because it is what it is, but it is a known factor. But the problem is, I've been beating up guys the whole entire time. I never knew what this therapy use exemption was. I didn't know that I had to write all my supplements down. Like, I did it. Okay, one of them came back tainted, but nobody gave a fuck about it. Like I said, I'm not crying about spilled beans. What I'm trying to say is that there has to be a better educational process to teaching fighters about this stuff. The NBA, the NFL, the MLB, they have a whole sports management group and team that helps them guide them through that. And boxing, if your promoter, like my promoter, Dmitry Slita, he don't do shit. He don't do jack. Just sit on his ass and collect a check. He doesn't help me do anything. So me as a fighter now, not only I got people's hands in my pocket, I got to go and figure out, okay, I got to call my doctor. I got to make sure all my supplements are clean. I got to call my lawyer, make sure he gets a contact with VADA, so we're all on the same page, you know, get all my supplements tested. Each supplement to get, say you're taking 7 supplements, right? Each supplement is going to cost you $500 to get tested. Now, if you're a guy who haven't really made a whole lot of money, 7 times 5 is a lot of money. You got to get all your supplements tested first, and then you can start taking that, and then you're clear, right? So there's a lot of gray area that fighters don't know about, that when you get to the bigger level, I'm going to make $1 million. Well, that $1 million goes really fast or you're not even gonna get there if you don't have the proper protocol. And I had to learn that the hard way. It is what it is. But like I said before, I got a lot of good things I'm working on. You know, boxing is not the end. You know, we're right in the middle. Like I said, I feel good, I feel healthy, I feel strong, and I'm gonna take care of business.
You've done something right because you've been blessed with such a big show, and I'm assuming a really good payday and a big opportunity to get your name back in there. Just one of the last things I want to get your version of events is you will have seen, you know, the report online about this exchange you had with Eddie Hearn a few weeks ago, where apparently he told you to fuck off or something at the end of it. You tell me from your point of view, how did the conversation go?
Yeah, I kind of pressed him. You know what I mean? 'Cause I was mad at him, bro. Like, he said a lot of punk shit in interviews, bro. And then when you get face to face, Eddie don't have that same energy. You know, he'll talk shit on camera, but he's a funny guy. He's kind of like me, or charismatic. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, I was mad, but so he opened his mouth and I was like, man, this guy's so full of shit, but he's still funny. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was some animosity, a little bit of anger there, but it kind of went nowhere, you know? You know, me and him talked and kind of just laughed it off. You know what I mean? And like I said, and I tell people at that time, I said, listen, Eddie is an asshole. Yes, he can be a hypocrite. He backtrack a lot, but the motherfucker pays well and he pays on time. So you can't be too mad at a dude that, once it's on pen and paper, he's a man of his word. So, I mean, with that being said, you know, in the business realm, Eddie's a stand-up guy. You know, on the personal shit, he's a fucking jackass. But business-wise, Eddie's a good guy. You know,
No plans to pull up on him.
Nah. I might just catch him when he's walking and trip him one time. That's about it. But nah, it ain't. It's so funny because as much crazy bullshit nonsense that Eddie Hearn said in an interview, I brush it off, right? I know he's angry because he did have a lot of faith in me and had a lot of belief in me. And then when I start, when you look at it as a man, you're looking from two different angles, right? Guess I'm mad at him because of what he said. And maybe the immature side of me is like, I want to punch him in the face. But as a man, you got to kind of look at it a little more different. It was a business opportunity, and he was moving me pretty well, and he seen a lost opportunity, so he's mad. So his way of getting his frustration out was in interviews and getting his word out there. He might have did it the wrong way, you know, but that's how he got it out. So, like I said the other day, we all had a conversation one day, and I brushed things off. But besides all of that, like I said, on the business side, he was good. And he's better than my current promoter that I have a contract with, and I can't, Dimitri Slita, and I have 2 fights with this guy, and it's like a leech on my ass. But outside of that, like I said, you know, even Frank Warren said a couple things like a year ago, nothing bad, but he became a man of his word. You know, I'm here now, you know. So there's certain people that stick to their word. They might say dirty and certain things, but my things, you can say whatever on camera. Like what you do when we face to face. When I'm face to face, let me see what you're really gonna say. And that energy that sometimes that Eddie portrays on camera is not the energy when you see face to face. And I'm trying to say, so even the energy that I portray on camera to people that I'm just bullying a bad guy, yeah, that's boxing. I really am that guy. But personally, I'm a chill dude. I don't have no problems with nobody. You know, I come from a hard, you know, growing up where I come from, I came hard. The last thing I want to do is be beef with everybody. You know what I mean? You know, one bullet away can change your whole life. That's how I was thinking about it. Be humble and be respectful because one bullet changed your whole life. But when it comes to this boxing shit, I'm going to fuck you up.
I will say I'm not here to judge you, and I don't judge anyone in boxing, but I have heard from people that work with you and know you on a personal level, they've only said good things. And I know a lot of boxers, when the camera turns on, it's show business.
Correct. It's show business, man. That's you gotta understand this too. You know, Jake Paul. You know, I was never really a big Jake Paul and Logan Paul fan because I'm like YouTubers and boxing. But after hanging out with Jake Paul and talking with him and seeing his work ethic, the guy trains hard, and he puts a lot of money into his training camps. And the guy really believes in himself. So you can't knock a guy for that. You know what I mean? You're just mad because he made money on YouTube and now he's bringing his fans over here. He marketed himself really well. When the camera's on, that's how he is. But when the camera's off, the guy's pretty chill. He don't even talk that much. So you got to understand that everything that you see on TV is not always real. Not everything you hear is always real. And not everything you see is always real. You got to do your own research, man. And be human at the end of the day. Don't be asshole and the first headline you see, oh, that's what I believe. So we're so manipulated already by media that we see. Even with the wars that's going on with, you know, Israel and Palestine. You don't know the real truth. You don't know exactly what's really going on. But if one side's portraying this, you start believing the other side's the bad guy. That's with everything, not just that war. In Congolese war is going on with mineral wars. You know, I'm very hip to politics. You can't believe everything you see. You gotta do your research, and that would be my only I would say my only message to everybody is do your own research, man. Don't be the first jackass on the bandwagon to believe something you read and you see without doing your own homework, man. Dig into history, man. There's so much that they're trying to hide from us. Even in a boxing game. You know, do your history.
I definitely respect that, Jarrell. We're going to have loads of time to speak during the week, so we'll talk about Daniel and the fight in the next few days. Well, I'm going to let you go and chill and rest, and it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
I appreciate it, man. No problem, man. Thanks, you guys, man. Yes, sir.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of a motorway with a broken down car? Like me, is that something that worries you? That's where motor breakdown insurance comes in. If your vehicle breaks down, a trained professional will be sent out to get you back on the road. Or if this is not possible within the specified time frame, to transport you to your home or to the nearest garage.
You want anything bad enough? Don't make excuses. You gotta lose your time and your sleep for it.